5:45 tonight. Temperature 79, going to a walloping 80. Wind east southeast 10 to 13. Waves, apparently we got 3.6 out of the southeast at 5 seconds. Don't sound right to me, but whatever, it's what they're telling me. Tides, we have a low coming up at 11:39 at a 0.3. We're going to have a high this afternoon at 5:53 at a 1.3. Then another low tonight at 10:36 at a 0.6. We got rain chance around 10% after 2 o'clock this afternoon through the rest of the day. Good morning, Bookie Harbor Marathon. This is Don coming to you from the sailing vessel Lady Triana, along with my 2 lazy but fat hound dogs, Rudder and Tiller. And we're just tickled to be your neck controller this morning. Now this is a controlled net, which that means you first mistake the name of your vessel, wait to be recognized by me or the net controller of the day before passing your traffic. This is going to keep everything really nice and organized, and everybody gets to talk. Also want to remind you, this is a controlled, it's a family-friendly net, which means we've got little tykes listening, so please keep your language and content clean. The reason we throw this little wing ding every morning is to say hello and goodbye to old and new friends. We're going to bring announcements to interest the boating community about what's going around in the neighborhood, Then we have a comments, questions, help section where you get to say what you want, ask your questions, and ask for help, and usually you'll find some. Then we have a buy, sell, trade, lost and found, where we raise and lower the water line. Then it's time for our favorite game of trivia, where we try to stump the harbor, increase our brain capacity, and always get some good laughs out of it. Then we're going to move on to final business, where anything not said gets said.
Sunday morning.
So, with all that being said, let's get going with it. Any new vessels in the harbor, please state the name of your vessel, wait to be recognized by me, and then tell us a little about yourself, where you're coming from, where you're going to, who's on board. All new vessels, please come now.
Nobody coming, huh?
Any new vessels in the harbor? Come on, don't be shy.
Anyhow, good morning, world. December 30th, 2018. This is the Sunday morning net.
Well, maybe this is a little more active. How about departures on that southeast wind? Anybody leaving?
Mysterious?
Is that Mysterious?
10-4 Diesel Don, we are going to take our 3rd attempt at getting out of this harbor. Thanks to people and their anonymity for helping us out. Going to definitely take our 3rd attempt. If we need a 4th attempt, we won't tell anyone we're leaving. We're just going to go.
There you go. Well, safe journey to you, buddy. Hope she keeps running.
Thanks, Don. Break.
Any more departures? Flip-flop. Go. Yes, so we're not losing Boot Key, but we're leaving Marlin Bay. Been over here for about 20 days. Had a wonderful time. So, thanks to Jay and Barb, who are hosts over here. But heading to Key West today. Key West. Well, good day to sail down there. So, enjoy your time. You going to back country or down the ocean side? Yeah, back country. We're on a 48 Hatteras LRC, and it looks like we'll be able to get back there this way. Yeah, it's a nice trip. You know, down through the contents and all that. It's a lot of good country to explore. If you get a chance, stop in there and take a peek at it, coming or going. Anyway, enjoy your trip. Any more departures?
Rowdy check.
Rowdy check, go.
I'm going to go for the day.
Nothing wrong with that. Where are you going?
I think I'll just wander around the Atlantic Ocean. You know what I'm saying?
That's a heck of a good idea. Just go out there and wander around. Go where the wind blows you. It's a good way to relax. Well, enjoy your time out there, buddy.
Roger, thank you.
Any more departures? Well, okay, what's going on in the neighborhood? Let it rip. Mike, Bev, and Morgan, go.
Good morning, Don, and to the harbor. A few things happening at the Marathon Community Theater upcoming. This coming weekend, the 5th and the 6th of January, open tryouts for The Drawer Boy. This is a dramatic reading of a play that will be performed in February. And you don't have to memorize lines. You just have to read from the script. I need 2 gentlemen in their 50s and 1 in his 20s. Sorry, ladies, no female parts in this show. It's a wonderful little play. Hope to see a lot of you guys up there trying out for it. I will be the director on this play, so come on out and try your talents. That's this coming Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4 at the Marathon Community Theater. And then coming up starting January the 10th, Drinking Habits, very, very funny play about nuns making wine behind their superiors' backs. So should be very, very funny. So that's it. Tickets for the Drinking Habits will be $25 unless you're a member of the theater, in which case it's $20. So performances are at 8 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, starting on January the 10th. That's it for me. Over.
Thank you much, Mike. Any more announcements?
Community theater, but
There's a gal.
I don't
Morning, Carolyn. Dave, go.
Good morning. This is a little bit of a save the date announcement. On Wednesday, January 16th, 10:30 in the morning, Rain Man Water Makers is going to be premiering 2 new models of water makers, and they're doing it here in Marathon. It's going to be over at Ferro Blanco. We'll get together at 10:30 in the hotel meeting room for some coffee and a little information about what's different about these. And then we're going to go down to the dock and get a demonstration. The other day I announced that it was at 10 o'clock. I was wrong. It's 10:30. There is an announcement about it on the Boot Key Harbor Facebook group also.
Glad you enjoy it, Andy.
Thanks, Carolyn. Thanks for that. Yeah, it was a good presentation last time. It will be nice to see the new stuff out. Quite the little handy gadget. If you're interested in water maker, I suggest you go take a peek at these. Any more, where are we? Announcements.
Louis 2.
Louis 2, go.
Hey, good morning, Don. Good morning, Harbor. Just wanted to give a big shout out and thanks to all the people that helped with the harbor clean out yesterday. We had, I think, 4 boats in total out there, maybe 5. Kind of lost track of where everybody was going. But we had a successful day cleaning up the harbor, and I just want to offer my heartfelt thanks to all those people that chipped in and helped out. And I got applause. Cool.
Well, it's a nice thing to know it went on. I hardly ever get to listen to that through the week. I know I missed some great things, and it's always nice when people come together out here and try to clean up our little area. Thank you, all of you that participated, from my heart. Any more, where were we? Announcements. Go ahead, my old public shopper. What's up?
Good morning, sir. Good morning, Harbor. Well, I don't really have any 2-for-1 specials to announce. The sub of the week is the chicken tender sub for $6.99. I'm really not a big fan of that. So, but I will announce
Scratchy.
delivery. We have a delivery service. And basically, you go to Publix.com/shop, Publix.com/shop, and place your order. I'm getting good feedback on this. And also, the first order is free. Any orders after that, the delivery charge will be based off the amount that you purchase for it. Dockside's on its way to opening back up.
Really?
It looks like it'll be open sometime next month. They're making a lot of progress. You know, you got to deal with permits and all that fun stuff. But anyway, so yeah, that Dockside's back on its way.
Nah, I lost him. Dockside's waterfront bar over here.
Empty May mouth.
It used to be owned by a good friend of mine, Eric Stone.
Thank you, Tony. And apparently some people are ready to see Dockside open. I know we've been missing it, so
Yep.
real nice. I've been waiting. I know it's on its way, but they were hoping for this month. announcements.
Cozy Katie.
Cozy Katie, good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning. New Year's Eve, we're going to have a happy hour at the Tiki Cup. Bring an appetizer or a dessert and your favorite beverage. Hope to see everyone there to be around 5:30. Oh.
Okay, sounds like beginning of a party. We'll wait and see what time that ends. That'll be interesting. Any more announcements?
Never say never.
Go ahead, Peggy.
Good morning, Harbor. Roger and I won't be in the harbor on Wednesday, so we're not organizing the bocce ball. But anybody that wants to play, and this really goes for any time, can get the balls from the marina and take them up and play. If somebody wants to make an announcement that they're going to play it Wednesday at 2, that'd be great too.
Heard back on somebody else running the show, but I'm sure somebody's going to step up. They did last time, so good job. I can't wait to get to that one of these days. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, announcements anymore?
Yeah.
Tapestry, I heard you loud and clear. Go.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the bocce on Wednesday at 2.
There you go. Bocce ball still on Wednesday at 2. And who else is trying to get in there?
Yeah, Lily 2 again.
Louis 2, go.
Yeah, I was just reminded, a bit of a warning. We found all kinds of interesting things in the harbor cleanup, but one of the things that kind of alarmed me a little bit out at the end of Sisters Creek, I found up in the mangroves a empty kilo of cocaine. It was all wrapped up, and apparently it had gotten waterlogged and the cocaine dissolved out of the package. But I found a full kilo of cocaine that was empty, so just be wary about stuff floating around in the harbor.
There you go, and them little black groupers fly around. Is the little black package?
Yep, roger that. Little black package wrapped up nice and neat.
There you go, folks. Beware what could be floating around here. Any more? Christ. Okay, let's go. Where are we? Announcements. Somebody's money sure went to the drink. No comment on that. Any more announcements?
Island time.
Go ahead, Rick.
I might as well put this in there. While we were out cleaning up yesterday, something to be wary of, we also saw quite a few Portuguese man-o-war. They're really small, but if you're swimming off your boat, keep an eye out for little blue bags floating around. Those are Portuguese man-o-war. Over.
Yeah, them little suckers sting too, boy. Any more announcements?
Yeah, Lily 2 is follow-up.
Follow it.
Yeah, one of those man-o-wars got the back of my leg. I can attest to you, they sting like all get out. But sure enough, the old wives' tale about putting a little urine on it seemed like it helped considerably.
That would have been interesting to see how you peed on the back of your leg, but good job. Any more announcements? Okay, how about comments, questions, needing help? What do you got to say? How can we help you? Go. So I'll jump in there real quick. Okay, a lot of you knew that I lost my phone, which meant I was out of contact for a couple days. The only one thing that I did catch on this morning and trying to learn this new gadget I got is that Invictus had called me and left a message. Of course, he said, call me back at this number. He didn't give me the number. I don't have a listing of the number being placed. Of course, my phone's, lost all that. So Invictus, you get a chance, call me back so I can get you loaded back in here. And let's go, any more comments, questions, needing help?
What question?
Go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I just lost my phone too. So yeah, it's a pain. It's still the same?
Yeah, same number.
Roger that.
Yeah, it's quite the change in your life when that's the first one I ever lost, and I had like 465 phone numbers.
Ooh.
And countless pictures and all that, and for some reason they didn't save anything I didn't get. So that kind of let anybody know out there that's been texting me or this and that since last April. I lost all that information. So other than that, I got the old stuff, but that really don't do me as much good as the later. So anyway, but I did get all my phone numbers back, thank God, up to that point. So anyway, not a fun thing to go through and costly. Any more comments, questions, need no?
Yeah, we'll do.
Yes, you mean with a comment?
I'll send those to you.
I lost another phone, of course. Dina was kind enough to give. I didn't really activate it, so I have all your contacts from there up to I don't know till I guess last summer. But if that's going to be helpful to you, I'll make sure you get it.
Cool.
No, I guess this Google thing. If you don't know, folks, if you can back everything up in Google. I mean, most of you probably know this. The old timer me don't know that kind of thing. But apparently Google had backed up to that point, so I got everything without it. I didn't know. I went straight down to find out if I had to have a diver go get it because I've dropped it at the dinghy dock. They said no, it wasn't really going to do me any good. And I just crossed my fingers, and sure as the world, that Google had saved almost all of my information. So just remember, if you don't have Google backup punched in on your phone, you want to make sure that's punched in, and apparently check it often, because apparently after April of last year, my Google backup quit, and I should have punched it again or something. So if you do that, you don't need any chip or phone or cost of a diver diving to say it isn't any good. Just go in and get you a fresh one. And they know how to make it all happen after that, even if you don't. Any more? Back to where we're at. Comments, questions, needing help.
Interlude.
Interlude. Good morning. Go.
Good morning. This is Dee on Interlude. I just wanted to say thank you to Mike, I guess on Heartthrob last night, for a great movie night. It was really a lot of fun, and I hope we do it again.
And I do too, and that's one of the things that I missed not listening to the net through the week. When I seen that on Facebook this morning and we had Captain Ron playing up there, I was devastated that I missed it. So I will try to catch up on that. I hope we do it again too. And it's always fun when we do that. Any more comments, questions, need help?
Cozy Katie.
Cozy Katie, go ahead.
Hi, does anybody know anything about what's going on with Vicky? Over.
Vicky had to have some surgery.
The last I heard, this has been, I think 2 days ago. I don't think it was yesterday. That she was doing fine.
She pooped.
They were wanting to make sure that she had gastric and poop activity going on, and apparently that's all working out fine. And so things are good, and she should be coming home shortly.
That's applause, by the way, the clicks.
Any more comments, questions, need help?
Sierra Hotel.
Is that Sierra Hotel?
That's affirmative. Andrew here on Sierra Hotel. I'm hoping to find somebody a lot smarter than me to help me with my Pactor modem, single sideband, chatting to each other stuff.
Blue Highway, you listening?
Apparently.
Yeah, we are, but we do voice, but we never did get to the pack doors.
Oh, okay.
You have any idea anybody around that does mess with that?
Three Penny Harbor.
There you go, Addison. Tell them.
What mooring ball are you on? We're anchored down near the bridge, not on a mooring. I might be able to help. It all depends on what specific issues you have. But let's chat after the net on this channel. Roger. There's no issues. It's just plain ignorance.
Sounds like me trying to do something with that newfangled stuff, even though that isn't that newfangled. Any more comments, questions, need help?
Island time.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, something I should have put into the announcements. We're going to do some kayaking today. Going to go through the trails in Boo Key. So anybody that's interested in doing so, we'll meet at my boat and we'll leave my boat at 11 o'clock. So get your kayaks, your kayak paddle, get your sunscreen on, and get some snacks and some water to take with you. We'll probably be gone about 4 hours or so, and I'm going to go explore and see what the channels in the harbor and Boot Key look like today.
4 hours.
Over.
Wow.
Okay, and for the people that don't know, new and all that, better tell them where your boat is again, Rick.
I guess I should. I'm on Lima 7, Island Time. Lima 7.
That's a lot of paddling.
You
4
folks
hours.
that haven't ever done that, there's a lot of good reviews about that little tour that Rick puts on. So you'd like to go see what's going on back there and all that brush that you think it's all brush, but there's all these little canals back in there. Join in the fun. Get your kayak out, paddleboard, whatever. Get out there and go have some fun with them guys. Any more comments, questions, Dino?
Nope, just not.
Okay, let's move on to buy, sell, trade, lost and found. Go. Winter Dream, good morning, go.
Andy, I could help with what? I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Looking for both of those things right now. A generator and an outboard motor for a dinghy.
No agenda.
No agenda, go.
I have a 5 horsepower Mercury 2-stroke for a dinghy. I upgraded to an 8 horsepower that's for sale.
Winter Dream. Go ahead. What are you asking? How old is it? And where you at?
I believe it's a 2003. I was thinking 300, but you're more than welcome to look at it and check it out. I'm on mooring ball L4.
L4, I'll check it. You going to be around after that?
I will be. The dinghy, the outboard is actually in the back of my car, so we'll maybe meet at the dock, or you can come to my boat and we'll both go to the dock and check it out.
Didn't hear any
There
of
you
that.
go. It's how it's done. Any more? Buy, sell, trade.
Guillermo?
Ain't quite catch the name, but go ahead, Cap.
Guillermo.
Yes, we have a 3.5 Mercury 4-stroke for sale. $350.
Oh, no, Andy. I don't know anything
Winter
about
Dream.
those Packdoor modems.
Winter Dream,
I
go.
have no experience with those Packdoor modems at
You
all.
tell me how old that is and where you're at.
Not sufficient.
We're on
to help
P7.
somebody.
The motor's in 08. It's only been used the last 3 years. We bought it, came with a dinghy, and yeah, they fired it up 3 years ago.
All right.
Okay, there you go. That was T. Okay, I got a little gal around here that's looking for one too. I actually sold her a 5-horse. It lasted about 2-3 days before it fell off the transom of her dinghy, and
Oh, no.
it didn't survive it. So try to get her something else lined up here. I'll let her know where you guys are at, both of you. Any more buy, sell, trade?
Island Time.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I've got several fenders I need to get rid of. They are 6 inches to 10 inches to 9 inches in diameter, about 20, 24 inches long. They're used at good used rates, and I've got a 5 to 16 foot telescoping fishing outrigger I like to get off my boat. I'll let it go for $100. I'm on Island Time. I'm on Lima 7. Over.
There you go. Any more buy, sell, trade?
Willie, too.
Louis, 2, go.
Yeah, I've got a West Marine 270 roll-up slat floor dinghy. It's in pretty good shape. It holds air beautifully, but the floor could use a little work. Other than that, it's in really good shape. I'm asking $200. I'm on P3, Papa 3, and I'll be online after the net.
There you go. Any more buy, sell, trade?
Marcella?
Marcella.
Didn't catch your name, go ahead.
Marcella?
Stella, go.
I have a mass-made mass climbing ladder, $170. That's half the price of a new one.
1 pint unopened new Captain's Varnish, $12. I have a dinghy motor davit, and it's good for the 2 horsepower, 2.3 horsepower Honda, or a very light motor, $20. I have the Yamaha service manual for the F15 and F20 outboards, $20. Carburetor repair kit for both those motors, $30. I have a flywheel puller that will fit the flywheels on those motors, and probably other bigger motors too. And I can throw in a flyweight holder for the F15, F20 flywheel, which is just like the one that Yamaha sells. That's $20. I have a hardline hour tachometer meter that's in the blister pack, so it's new, $15. That's about half the price of a new one. And I have a staysail boom, which is 2.5 inches diameter, 8 foot, and you can use that the aluminum, which is 6061 T6 for a post, a stern post, say for a radar antenna or something like that. I am at uniform 6, and I'll be on 68 for a while after the net.
There you go.
Good job. A lot of good goodies there. Any more? Buy, sell, trade.
Halo.
Halo, good morning, Don. Go.
Yeah, I have a nice sized piece of 3/4 inch teak plywood. It's 4 foot by 3 foot. I've used everything I need off of the 4x8 sheet, and I have that left over.
Better tell them where you're at, Don.
Piece of plywood.
Alpha 2.
There you go. A little plywood. Any more? Buy, sell, trade.
Morning, Eddie.
Go ahead, Tony.
Well, sir, I've recently been blessed with good fortune, and so I'm going to treat myself to a new generator. However, I do have a generator, 1200 watts. It works. I believe it needs maintenance. I don't know anything about generators. It's putting out power, but it's not putting out enough power. So if that's something that someone out there is interested in, I'm giving it away. No charge. Just let me know. I'm sorry. I'm on Anchorage off of Dockside, and I'll stand by after the net.
Good job, Tony. And since you don't know generators, if it don't say Honda or Yamaha on it, don't buy it, the new one. Go ahead and buy you something decent this time. So Honda or Yamaha. That's my suggestion, sir. Any more? Buy, sell, trade.
Kokomo,
Roland, what you got going today?
new from the bilge. There's some excellent Air Marine blades for $80 for the set. A couple teak blocks, a single and a double for 10 and 30. Some stay lock, quarter inch cable. They're 10 inches long. You got to shorten something up. And I've got a Kellet, an antique, for $50 to help keep all the drifting boats in place. Kokomo was on Q7.
There you go. Rolling with all these goodies. Any more? Buy, sell, trade.
Niskuin.
Some of you folks and your names in my old ears. Go ahead.
Winoosko in here. Did anybody catch the name of the boat or the fellow that had that prop yesterday or 2 days ago? He was over on the north side of the island. We could barely hear him.
Third degree. That was Kismet at Ferro Blanco. 8 horsepower, 2-stroke Merc.
Hey, that was all Kumpal Bonadu.
Winoosko in.
Go ahead.
Was looking for the fellow over there that had the prop for a 9.9 Mercury 2-stroke.
Yeah, it was all Bonadu.
Who was that?
Yeah, Eddie, I'm in Florida.
Okay. Have you made any sense out of that mess? You did better than I did. Any more? Where are we? Buy, sell, trade.
This is the Morning Net here at Buki Harbor in Marathon, Florida. That's what we're listening to.
Call, buy, sell, trade.
Yes, that's it. Last call. All right, move on.
Folks, that brings us to our favorite time, favorite part of this whole shenanigans we get into every morning.
Trivia.
Trivia. How you going to stump the harbor, increase our brain cell capacity?
Now with trivia, if you guys know the answer, put it in the comments, and I'll try to get on the radio and give your answer to them, so you guys can play along as well. But do it quickly. Sometimes we have a bit of a lag in here.
Just when I was getting ready to go to final business, Rick, go.
The United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence usually reside in Washington, D.C., but it was moved during World War II. Where was it moved to during the war?
Willie 2?
Louis 2, tell him.
Philadelphia?
No, sir.
Fancy name with a question?
You're supposed to give him an answer, not a question, but go.
Relay the
The United States Constitution and the Declaration of Independence usually reside in Washington, D.C., but it was moved during World War II. Where was it moved to during the war?
Three-penny opera. Tell him, Addison.
Moved to Fort Knox. Ding, ding, ding. Fort Knox, Army post near Louisville, Kentucky. The Articles of Confederation, Lincoln's Gettysburg Address, and the Magna Carta have all been stored there, too. Over.
Huh.
Good trivia. Good answer. Any more trivia?
Sir.
I heard Rick on Dockstar. Go.
Yeah, when the Wright brothers went to Kitty Hawk to set up their chance to do their testing, they had to go by water to get over there to the outer islands there. There's no road. What port did they leave from to take the stuff over there?
Not sure I understood that. Yeah, I agree with you, Eddie. Sometimes I have trouble understanding what they're saying as well.
Marcella, go.
Was it Elizabeth City?
That's right. Elizabeth City was down the Pacific across Albemarle Sound. When they got there to inquire about a boat over there, nobody'd ever been there. So they had to wait till they found somebody that grew up there to take them over.
Interesting.
Good trivia and a good answer there, Marcella. Any more trivia?
Francis Lee?
Francis Lee, good morning. Well, how you going to stump them today?
Good morning, Harper. I got up. Who was the first lady elected to the United States Senate? Over. Well, it wasn't Hillary Clinton.
First lady elected to the U.S. Senate. Rebecca Felton. Lily 2?
Louis 2, go.
Okay, I had to go to Google for that, but Rebecca Felton, 1922 in Georgia.
Negative. I have a different name. Over.
Wow.
Any more guesses out there?
Rebecca Felton, that's what it says here. First U.S. Senator.
Well, I guess you'll have to give it up. Guess Google's not always right. Go.
I have the name of Hetty Caraway. Over.
And when would that have been?
I'm sorry, I didn't write that down. What I'm looking at almost looks like hieroglyphics. I have so many notes on this paper, but it's Hetty Caraway, the first lady elected to the Senate. Over.
There you go. Okay, any more trivia?
Island time.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I've got another one about the Declaration of Independence. What's written on the back of the original hand-signed copy of the Declaration of Independence?
I don't know.
Iodine.
And Anodyne, go.
The clerk's grocery list.
Excellent guess, but no.
I've watched National Treasure so dang many times I should be able to tell you, and I can't.
Back.
$25 sea hunt.
Sea hunt, go.
Is it a statement reading the original Declaration of Independence dated July 4th, 1776?
Ding, ding, ding. It's no map or anything else. They used to roll them up, and this one, the original one that was signed by all the signatories, says Original Declaration of Independence dated July 4th, 1776. So they could identify it. Over.
Sea hunt, we've got a question. Over.
Go ahead.
It's a Playboy magazine question. Who was the first man to be featured on the Playboy cover?
First man?
Echoes.
Echoes, tell him.
B. Christine says Burt Reynolds.
Probability.
1 second. We haven't heard if Burt Reynolds is correct or not.
Negative. Burt Reynolds is not the right answer.
Cool change.
There's old robot brain. Go ahead, Chuck. Tell him.
I believe it was Peter Sellers.
Peter Sellers. Nailed it.
Wow.
As always, old Chuck, always good for a good answer. Any more trivia?
Old Chucky, always nailing them.
Rogue's Nest.
Rogue's Nest, go.
There have been 4 versions of the movie A Star is Born made, including the current one that's in theaters. Can anybody name the 4 leading ladies in those movies?
Go ahead, Catherine.
Judy Garland?
Not hearing it. She must be way at the other end of the island.
Okay, Catherine, I got you at, what was your question? Answer one more time without the fisherman traffic.
She was getting stepped on.
Correct, that's 1.
Hot for teacher.
Hot for teacher, go.
Lady Gaga for this one, and Judy Garland.
Those are correct, that's 3 out of 4.
Don't know.
Harlan.
Steve, tell him.
Could it be Bette Midler?
Rogue's Nest?
Go ahead.
That's a negative.
I guess. I can't wait to hear it neither, Tony. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say Diana Ross, but of course that's not true.
Who?
Diana Ross.
Rogue's Nest?
Go ahead, Doug.
That's a negative.
Alicia.
Alicia, go.
I believe that's Mitzi Gaynor.
You were close, I guess I'll give it up. It was a 1930s movie, the original was with Janet Gaynor.
There you go. Good trivia, good answers, all of you. Any more trivia? Go ahead, Catherine.
About Portuguese man of war. How long can their tentacles grow?
Oh,
Answer me with a guess.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I actually am familiar with them as well. I'm going to say 3 feet.
Go ahead, Catherine. Yes, he did.
around 10 meters.
Go ahead, Heather.
Can we do it in feet?
Eileen.
Eileen.
39, 40 feet.
Go 30 feet.
Go ahead.
Much longer than me.
Sundry. I heard Sundry in there.
Yeah, I'm going to say 75 feet.
Go ahead, Catherine.
We'll change it, I guess.
Go ahead, Chuck.
Let's go with like 160 feet.
Go ahead. I'd be interested to know what the diameter was of the main body when they're that long. It's got to be huge, I would think. How do you got a diameter on the main body when they're that big? Go ahead. Boy, only half the information. Okay. Any more trivia?
Echoes.
Echoes, go.
Getting ready to go fishing and beer's on my mind. Beer trivia. What are the 4 ingredients that must be in beer for it to be a beer? Anyone a guess?
Go ahead, Tony. You should know.
Well, don't put me on under the bus there, sir. I mean, really. But, okay, hops, barley, wheat, and I can't think of the fourth one.
Water?
We'll change it.
1 second, Chuck. How close was he before Chuck answers it?
Could you relay for him, please?
Answer name?
Go ahead, try it again, Tony.
Yeah, I'd like to amend that. Okay, hops, barley, yeast. But I can't, and wheat.
No, not
copy.
wheat.
Hops, barley, yeast, and wheat.
Missing one.
Louis 2?
Louis, too. Well, no, I had Chuck in there next. Chuck, what do you got?
Sugar.
Chuck says sugar.
Alicia?
1 second. I'm waiting to see if Chuck's answer of sugar is correct.
Echoes.
Go ahead, Echoes.
No, it's not sugar. It's the ingredient that takes up at least 84% of the volume.
Louis 2?
Rogues and ass, go.
Water.
Water.
Ding, ding, ding. So Tony got the first 3. Hops, malted barley, and yeast. And fourth one is water. That's all it takes to make beer.
Time go. Any more trivia?
Eileen.
Eileen, stump 'em.
All right, if you're afflicted with a fear of the wind, what is your affliction known as?
Barefoot gal.
Carolyn, go.
I think that's called a landlubber.
I think that's a good answer, too.
Eileen, that's a negative. We're looking for the medical term for being afraid of the wind or draft.
Halo. Halo, go.
Would that be long hair?
Is it being a liberal?
First of all, good answer, Don, but I don't think long hair is correct. And the next guy that got in there, if you don't state the name of your vessel first, I'm not going to recognize it at all. Any more answers?
Alicia,
Alicia, go.
could it be ventophobia?
Ventophobia? No.
Eileen, negative.
3 penny hopper with a guess.
Go ahead, Addison.
Aeoliophobia.
Eileen, sorry, I didn't copy.
Aeoliophobia?
Eileen, I'm sorry, I still didn't copy that. I'll give you a hint, though. It's one of the two terms that is acceptable is also sort of a tool to measure that wind on your boat.
Addison said aeoliophobia, something like that.
Eileen?
Go ahead.
I'll go ahead and give it up. I'm having a hard time pronouncing the first one, but it's ancraophobia, which is A-N-C-R-A-ophobia, or anaphobia, so like anemometer, anaphobia.
That's what you guessed, isn't it, Addison?
Absolutely right.
I thought you were on it. Yeah, Addison had it, just couldn't understand. I guess you couldn't understand him. But yeah, he had that one. Good job, Addison. Good trivia. Any more?
Francis Lee?
Go ahead, Francis Lee.
Yes. Which Monty Python member just is about to be honored with the acronym of Sir? He'll be coming night, honored by Queen Elizabeth. Over. Echoes.
Echoes, go.
Michael Palin. Yes, he got it right on. Thank you.
Okay, good job. Okay, I'm going to throw one in there because I get, I kind of like to once in a while use something that actually means something. And to me, this means a lot. And I'm going to start with one question, and I'll give hints if we need to. But in my opinion, and this is a clue as Diesel Don, what is the only thing on a boat that it costs less to go first class?
The only thing on a boat that costs less to go first class.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I know this because you told me, Don. Hose clamps.
I wondered who might have paid attention to that. Good job. I thought we'd go rattle on forever, but I'm glad you paid attention in your class. And I'm going to tell you what that's all about, folks, so you understand what we're talking about here. If you've ever looked at me and closely, it looks like I've been through a barbed wire fence. Well, because I'm scarred from one end to the other on my arms. There's two reasons for it, but the main reason is too long hose clamps. So when you're setting your boat up, if you get a hose clamp that actually fits the hose. You don't want a tail that sticks out 2 inches and grabbing whoever sticks their arm in there next. And the reason I say it costs less is because you can't, every time you buy, if you buy a small clamp that actually fits, it costs less than a bigger clamp. So that's my thing on that. The other reason for me being scarred up is you don't cut your tie wraps straight. And for the people that can't cut tie wraps straight, if you cut them at an angle, leaves a sharp point, cuts the heck out of you. They make a new little gizmo now in tie wraps. It's got a little razor blade built right in it. All you got to do is twist it, and there is no tail of any sort when you're done. And if you guys all do that, you won't bleed as much as I did, and maybe I won't bleed as much anymore neither. Anyway, that's my trivia for the day. Any more trivia?
Marcella?
Marcella, go.
Yeah, Don, I just want to add on to that. I cut my cable wraps flush a lot of times, and they still have a very sharp edge. So what I do is I take my windproof lighter and I basically burn them a little bit so they melt, and don't touch them. Just let them naturally start beginning to bubble and melt, and that gets it a nice round end, and they don't cut you anymore.
What a genius you are. And I'll come over and work on your boat anytime. But yeah, that's a good idea. If you use a real small, I use almost what you call a nail clipper. It's almost that small, it's a very small side cut. And that way you can get real close and kind of not have anything hanging out. If you use a bigger set of side cuts, of course, then you got more sticking out. But that is a wonderful idea. I'll start carrying one of them around in my pocket again, even though I quit smoking. Okay, any more trivia?
Willie too.
Go ahead, Dave.
Yeah, on those cable clamps, we bought bought some. I think probably they came from West Marine, but we had a whole variety of cable clamps. They actually came with a little plastic clip that you could put on the end to protect yourself from scratching yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. I know they make them for hose clamps, too. One gentleman, one day, I was pulling his transmission, and I refused. I told him I pulled it, but I'd never put it back till he redid all of his hose clamps. They actually made, instead of him changing to the actual size he needed, he got them rubber caps that go on hose clamps. So that's another option to help protect your favorite mechanic or yourself. Any more trivia?
Willie, too.
Comment? Comment away, Bill.
On the tire apps, you can also, once you get them set and tight, you can take your pliers and grip them as close as you can and just twist that tail off, and it won't leave any sharp points anywhere.
Yeah, I think you actually told me that one day, and that's another good idea. And like I say, they also make them now with a little razor blade in there, too, that helps do what Bill's talking about. So either way, Bill's an old electrician from Swayback, so he knows all that stuff. And good input on all that, guys. Any more trivia?
Willie, too.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, just another comment about hose clamps and buying good quality. When you go buy hose clamps, take a magnet with you. There's lots of hose clamps that say stainless steel, and the screw in there is plain old iron. The band is stainless, but the screw's iron, and they just rust up. So take a magnet with you so you really know. Over.
That's right. Most of the time the screw is not. And so, yeah, you want to make sure. But Diesel Don says, don't go short. Just go ahead and buy that best one without the grooves in it that they sell for $1 gazillion. And that'll be there when you die. All the rest of them eventually can corrode out, no matter what they are. But the ones that are very expensive, top shelf, they don't have any slots in them. Them things, you put them on, they're there forever. They just cost more money. Any more trivia? See what happens when you put out a trivia that actually means something. Anyway, more trivia.
Willie, too.
Louis, too, go.
Yeah, Don, I took your question a completely different direction. You were saying what part of a sailboat can you get that it would be cheaper to go first class? And having recently just moved my boat from Ohio to here, I could definitely say first class airfare would have been a whole lot cheaper to get to Florida than by boat.
That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It takes some money to run these things. Any more? And Tony, was you trying to get in there with something?
Yes, you may.
I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, sir. Well, first off, I'm sorry to hear the history with your face. I've seen you up close. And that reminds me, I need to make an appointment at the eye doctor. Right. Okay, so here's my trivia question. I've asked it before, but it's been quite some time. Okay, there's an individual that's made a cameo. I'll give a hint. It's a he. Made a cameo, and his cameo was "Talk It to Me." So, who was that individual, and which show?
Sweet Pea, tell him. Go ahead.
Very good, Captain. You're right. I knew you probably remember it. All right. Well, that's right.
And Tony, it was my arms, not my dang face. It's my arms that get cut up. Any more trivia?
Island Time.
Comment?
Go ahead, Island Time. I don't want to hear his comment. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about your face, too.
Any more trivia?
Tapestry.
Tapestry, go.
Why is it illegal and great cause for concern to cut the end off of a tie wrap in a nuclear power plant?
See ya.
In a nuclear power plant?
I had two come in, unfortunately. The only one I heard was Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
I was just kidding. Don't take it personal. I'm thinking of sparks.
Nope.
Who else was trying to get in there?
See ya.
Yeah, go.
That's a FME concern at a nuclear power plant. That stands for foreign material exclusion. The ends of the tie wraps get caught in between the piping and drains, and eventually could end up in the spent fuel pool or the fuel itself.
Huh.
Tapestry.
Tapestry, is he right?
He is extremely right. I didn't expect that to happen, but someone worked at a nuclear power plant too, obviously.
So I take it by this, you mean when you run a tie wrap, you just leave the ends hang, correct?
Tapestry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that's correct. That's how we know it didn't fall anywhere it's not supposed to be.
Amazing. I bet them things are dangling all over the place. Anyway, good trivia. Would have had no idea. Any more?
Mendocino Queen.
There's a guy that knows everything. Go ahead, Alan.
Good morning. What is the measurement of 1 liter based on? Over.
What's the measurement of 1 liter based on?
Echoes. Is that beer?
It is 1 mole of H2O. It's the volume that 1 mole of H2O, I forget the temperature though.
Mendocino Queen.
Go ahead, Alan.
Nope, that was Greek to me. I'm looking for what 1 liter measurement is based on.
Winter Dream. Winter Dream, go.
Imperial gallon. Mendocino Queen.
Go.
Negative.
Echoes.
Echoes, try again.
6.02 times 10 to the 23rd molecules of H2O.
Mendocino Queen.
Go ahead.
Might be right, but I'm looking for something much, much more basic and simple to express.
Louis 2?
Louis 2, you got that in common verbiage?
I believe he's referring to the volume inside of the cavity of a hog's head.
Mendocino Queen.
Is that correct?
Never measured the cavity of a hog's head, but it's not the conventional wisdom.
Cool change. I guess that would depend on the size of the hog also. Go ahead, Chuck. Tell them.
The cubic meter.
No, it's a
Mendocino Queen.
Go ahead.
No, it's not that.
Rick, go.
It's the volume of air at standard temperature and pressure of 1 liter of air equals 1 liter of water.
Mendocino Queen.
Go ahead.
That's a negative.
Echoes.
Echoes for the 3rd time. Try.
I'm going to take this down a couple levels. It's 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilogram.
Mendocino Queen.
Is he right?
He's absolutely right. He was probably right with all those previous answers also, but they were too esoteric for me to follow. Over.
And I agree on that. He's quite the brainy guy there, and some of us old farts can't keep up with it. But good job all the way around. Good guesses. Any more trivia? Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, speaking of hose clamps, we took all the hose clamps off our boat because it was breaking and hurting me, and we put duct tape on this way so we don't get hurt. But the ghost pump comes on a lot more than it used to.
I bet that's right. Holy smokes. Tell them you're kidding, Rick. Happy Christmas. Yeah, I got you. Good job on that. Any more trivia? Go ahead, Tony.
I don't hear it.
Now, I was convinced that we had, but been watching documentaries lately, so I did some research. Do we know who this individual is?
You know who it is, Catherine? Well, it's pretty much the way I believe. So, anyway, at least Tony's starting to catch on too. Anyway, we'll leave that alone for a quick junction there on me. Any more trivia?
Nope, guess not. Final business.
Folks, it's been fun. Let's move on to final business. Got it.
There you go.
Island time.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, I know I have 4 young gentlemen going with me this morning kayaking, and I'm just wondering if, or who else is going to show up at my boat, so I'll know not to run off without you. If somebody, if you want to go this morning, would you check in with me here?
Roll call. Who's going kayaking?
4 Smith boys on Salt Shaker.
We got the 4 Smith boys on Salt Shaker. Who else? It?
Island time. Did somebody else try to get in? Over.
Go ahead, Tony. You going?
Island time.
Go ahead, Rick.
I do have an extra kayak in case somebody wants to go. Over.
Guess not. There was a bunch of people kayaking yesterday. I
I
hear
guess
that.
nothing heard today. Just the 4 Smith boys over there. And Tony's the no-show. And anyway, anybody, I'll give you one more chance. Who else is going with Rick? Guess that's it, Rick. Okay, any more final business?
3 penny opera.
The query?
I had 2, but Allison, come in first. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Don. Actually, are you going to be around after net for a little bit? I have something for you from another boat.
Yeah, I'm going to be hanging out for a little while. I don't know how long you're talking.
Okay, I'll be over in about 15 minutes.
I'll still be here, recuperating. See you then. And who else was trying to get in?
Yeah, hotel.
Okay, hotel, go.
Just a query. What's the name of the Facebook page for this group?
Buki Harbor Cruisers.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, join in. It's a wonderful thing. Any more? Where were we? Final business.
Mendocino Queen.
Go ahead, Kate.
Morning, Don. I hadn't gotten a chance to say hi. I suggest everyone post things like the movie night on Facebook, then Don can see it because he does check that. So, Buki Harbor Cruiser, see you there.
There you go. Good job. Any more? Final business.
Winter Dream.
Winter Dream, go.
Yeah, I'd like to touch base with that fellow on T7, I believe he said, with the Mercury outboard motor.
Yeah, this is T7.
Yeah, this Winter Dream. You be there 30 minutes from now? I could be there in 30 minutes.
Yeah, we'll be here.
Perfect. See you later. My name's Larry. I'll see you then.
Hey, I'm Judd, J-U-D.
Any more? Final business.
Sapphire?
Get back.
Sapphire, go.
Get back.
I just want to say thanks so much to folks who helped me out yesterday. I was having one of those days in a big way, and you, Don, and Rick, and Carolyn were all super helpful and kind, and I just want to express my gratitude for that. Thanks so much.
No problem. Enjoy your day. Any more? Final business. Who was that? Coming through real rough, Salt Shaker, go.
Can't understand any of that.
I couldn't copy anybody getting any of that.
Nope.
I don't time.
Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, he said something about Sail Away Sunday. I think he's going out with Kevin today.
Okay, I didn't know we were having Sail Away Sunday. Nobody announced it, so, okay. Any more final business?
Yep.
Okay, folks, as always, only so many summers left in life. Make sure this one counts. Get out there and smile at everybody, because it always comes back at you. And always remember, if your engine don't start in 30 seconds, shut your water off. Cruiser net is clear.
All right. So that's the morning cruiser's net here in Bouquet Harbor in Marathon, Florida. Every morning, the net goes through that same thing, the same system. Been doing it for 20 years down here. They've been doing that every morning for 20 years. It's a bit of a safety net for everybody, checking in, making sure everybody's okay. Nobody needs anything. No one's having any problems. Quite often, some of the cruisers here will announce that, hey, my boat's dragging, or, I got a leak, and people bring a pump over, or, whatever like that. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of the people here in the harbor will just, jump in their dinghies and run over and give you help. It's really a really neat, awesome community that does that. So anyhow, some of my viewers had requested that we upload these on the mornings. There you go. There's one of the morning nets. I like doing Sunday. Diesel Don is the name of the guy that was sort of moderating that. He's a bit of a character, really nice guy. One hell of a diesel mechanic. And apparently has an issue with the little plastic cable ties and hose clamps, but that's okay. I guess that's part of the business. In any event, well, I missed a whole bunch of stuff in the chat. Let me jump back. Andy, I saw your question. I should have asked that, but they'd already moved on to final business. Maybe you can remind me, and I'll ask that next time. But we'll go from there. Good morning, Marie. Hey, Eddie. Thanks for taking care of that. Troll. She sounds nice. Yeah, it sounds fun. Okay, I was trying to check in with my 5-watt, but in North Carolina, I can't catch it. Yeah, probably not. And, the thing of it is, Eddie, and, everybody else listening, there's a lot of people that are big fans of this area that have been in this community before. They may have parked their boat here for a while, or maybe they're on their way down here, or maybe they're coming back here, or what have you. Or maybe they just miss Bouquet Harbor and like to stay in touch. Bouquet Harbor has a Facebook page called Bouquet Harbor Cruisers, has thousands of members. Even though there's only a few hundred boats here in the harbor, there's thousands of people that are on that all the time. And so a lot of those folks are on that because they like to keep abreast of what's going on here in the community. And so I'm kind of hoping that by broadcasting the morning net, we might pick up some more subscribers. And sure enough, we are. My subscriber numbers are growing quite nicely, actually. So I'm optimistic that that's going to do well. Other than that, a little general update. Andy, I did try to go fishing this morning. Got all my gear, loaded up the boat after taking Miss Lily for a walk. Ran over to the bait shop, and no bait today. They had nothing. They had no supplies. So I decided to come back and upload the live stream instead. And today's going to be a big, exciting day. I'm going to work on some video editing. I know I posted a video of me finding that key of cocaine. It's on my channel. If you look through my videos, you'll see that. It's called The Key in the Keys. Video footage of me actually finding that kilo of cocaine here in the Florida Keys. And there'll be more videos. I'm going to do a video about the whole thing, a bit bigger video on that. And I got a bunch of different stuff I'm working on. It should be coming out pretty soon. So I'm going to work on that. And today is Sunday, clean the boat day. Dishes, I have to organize my cockpit. I can barely get it out of the boat. I got so much crap out and in the way. Got to do a fuel run today. Pretty much out of gasoline. Went through a lot of gasoline this week. I really did. I burned through a lot. I've been giving some neighbors rides when they need a ride to get to shore. So I've been taking my dinghy over and giving people rides. During our harbor cleanup, I went through a few tanks of fuel on my outboard with all the running back and forth and running around. So I went through a lot of fuel I organized that harbor cleanup, and just felt good to have a whole bunch of people get out there and try to help out. It really was just an awesome day, and I'm really glad that we were able to help here in the harbor a little bit. I've always been a person of service, and so I like being able to help out in my community. With that said, that's about it. I will have more for everybody tonight at 7 o'clock. And there's something else I'm forgetting. I can't remember what it is. I hate when I have that happen. Anyhow, I may go out up Sisters Creek later today. I'm gonna take the big camera out and see if I can't shoot some video. There's a lot of just some beautiful birds back up in there. And so I'd like to go up in there and shoot some video and pictures of some of those birds if I can. Kind of windy today and a lot of current makes that kind of difficult, but we're going to try that later on today, see if we can't get some of that. Anyhow, I will have more for you guys later this evening. Remember, I have a guy matching funds for anybody that donates to my channel right now. I'm about a couple $100 short of making what I need to by the end of the year. I've got a big year-end bill I got to get taken care of before the 1st. And so anything that anybody donates, he's matching dollar for dollar. If you can, jump in to the PayPal. It's paypal.me/Carl Brook. There's a link to it, or there's a listing of it down below in the description. So jump on that if you can. That would be awesome. I would appreciate any donations to the adventure. So with that said, we'll have more for you guys this evening. Be good, be careful, take good care of one of the kids, and we will see you tonight. Thanks, everybody. Enjoy your day.